joining me now is Mr. David Menzer from Tel Aviv. He is the spokesperson of the Israeli government, and perhaps he is speaking to any Indian channel for the first time after the killing of Ismail Hania. So, thank you so much for finding out time to do this interview. My first question to you is that since morning we have not got a single response or a reaction coming from the government of Israel. Uh, it has been more than 8 hours since Iran declared the killing of Ismail Hania. In fact, many countries are blaming Israel for the killing, for the targeted killing. Iran has blamed Israel. Hamas has blamed Israel. Even Qatar has also indirectly blamed Israel by saying that how can you succeed in a negotiation when one party will kill the other party? Something on these lines. Can we expect official response from the government of Israel soon? And what is the official position of the government of Israel on this killing of Ismail Hania?
So firstly, thank you for having me. Pleasure to be here. Look, I can't comment on this incident directly, but what I can tell you is that it is one of our 3 war aims to destroy Hamas, both its military capability and its governing strategy. It's one of our key war aims. The other war aims, of course, are to get our 115 hostages back and to ensure that Gaza can never be a threat to this country. You know, Israel and India share so much in common. You gained your independence in 1947 to be a free and independent nation, and we gained ours in 1948, just a year later. The purpose of creating this country, only 76 years ago, but obviously we've got a 3,000-year history in connection to this land, was a safe haven for the Jewish people. That's always the purpose of this country, and that is what drives the government of this country to ensure that this country can be the safe, only Jewish state in the entire globe. Hamas are a terrorist organization. We consider them a terrorist organization, so does India, and so do many other countries, and we have a responsibility to destroy this organization, not only to free Israel from their terrorism, but also to free the people of Gaza. We're determined to do it, we are doing it, and we're close to finishing it as well.
Sir, I have a very specific question for you. Can you confirm or deny Israeli hand in the killing of Ismail Hania in Tehran?
So I can't comment on this incident in particular, but what I can tell you is that this is a terrorist organization and we have a responsibility to ensure that they can no longer pose a threat to our people.
Okay. Sir, also want to understand from you that in last few months, we have seen that there have been many efforts that are being given, not just by Israel or the other side, in fact, United States, Qatar, to perhaps broker a peace deal. This war is going on from last so many months. On one end, where the peace deal was being negotiated, and in fact, there were a lot of hope that the peace would peace would prevail in the region. On the other end, do you think that this particular targeted killing would perhaps escalate the situation further and would increase can escalate the situation further in the Middle East?
So we instituted a framework by which to get our hostages back, and it was a framework which was underwritten by the United States, and it was being negotiated together with the Qataris and the Egyptians. Now, every single time we have got close to a potential hostage release pause, every single time it has been Hamas which has walked away. Again and again and again. Don't take my word for it. You can take the Egyptians' word for it, or the Qataris' word for it, or even Secretary of State Blinken. He said the same thing. Every single time it's been Hamas which has walked away from a deal. Now, the only way to ensure that Hamas are serious about this hostage release pause is to maintain the military pressure against Hamas. That's what gets results. That's what pushes them to the negotiating table. Now, we have a responsibility to destroy this organization, one way or another, whether through diplomacy or whether through military action. This organization will no longer be in control of Gaza. for not only for us, as I've mentioned, but also for Gazans. They need a life free of Hamas. The only thing Hamas have given to Gaza is war, deprivation, and sending thousands upon thousands of missiles upon innocent Israelis. We're going to destroy this organization. We've made tremendous strides to destroy their 24 battalions. We're wiping them out, as is the right thing to do. That's precisely what India would do. It's what any normal country would do when there's a genocidal Iranian-backed terror organization which is bent on our destruction.
Sir, I would like to ask from you again, because from the very beginning, Israel has in a way taken a vow to end the senior leadership of Hamas. In fact, there have been multiple targeted killings by Israel in last few months. The airstrikes have been done by IDF and the other units working on ground to kill the leadership of Hamas. But this particular killing has taken place on Iranian soil. It has happened in Tehran. It's been more than 8 hours, if I'm not wrong, since Iran has declared the death of Ismail Haniyeh. Neither Israel has taken any responsibility, nor there has been any commentary that has come from Israel as far as this particular incident is concerned. Do you see that Israel is at a risk of a multi-front war here onwards, with kind of statements that we are getting from the Iranian side, the way Qatar has also indirectly tried blaming Israel for it? Do you see that the region is heading, or perhaps Israel is heading for a multi-front wars?
So I can't comment on the attack in Tehran, but what I can tell you is we are facing a 7-front war, and all of them can be traced back to Iran. This is not something we're in danger of facing. We're already facing it. We're facing it on 7 fronts. You can count them with me if you want. Obviously, Hamas in Gaza, Hezbollah in Lebanon, also from Syria, also from the Houthis in Yemen, also from the Red Sea, also from Judea and Samaria and the West Bank, also from Iraq as well. But what they all have in common is Iran. Look, we as the Jewish people have learned through millennia that when someone says that they wish to kill you and destroy you, we take them seriously. Now, Iran have been saying this again and again and again. These are their proxies. They are fighting us. Iran wants to destroy this country. But, you in India shouldn't feel that you're immune to this, because we're on the front line of this battle. We're facing them down. But, we are facing them down here in Israel, but they're after you as well. They're after any democracy. Democracy is against their radical revolutionary brand of Islam, which they want to dominate the entire world. We're only a stopgap on the way to you. We're facing them down, and we will be successful. No one should be in any doubt that together with our allies, and we consider India to be one of our allies, we are seeing down these terrorist forces, and we will be successful to restore peace to this region.
Do you also see as a failure of IRGC and the security forces in Iran? Their guest was killed, assassinated in their own security. Do you see their failure as well? Because if this had happened anywhere else, I wouldn't have been asking you this question. But since it has happened in Tehran, it's the capital city of Iran, one of the most safest cities of Iran. How do you look at that?
Look, as I mentioned, I can't comment on this attack in particular, but I can comment in abundance about Iran. Iran is a terrorist state. Iran is a fascist state. Iran is an Islamic state. Now, Hezbollah are a unit of the Islamic Revolutionary Guard, as are Hamas. They're all part of the Iranian axis. No one should be in any doubt. We will always here in Israel put our hand out to peace first and foremost. It's within our very DNA. We are by nature a people that have suffered so much from discrimination that we are desperate for peace. But with the current Iranian regime, not the Iranian people, it's very important to remember, the Iranian regime, they are a fascist dictatorship. Their new president made very clear in the last few days, he said something very interesting. He said, I wish Iran to make peace with all nations except for Israel. They've made very clear that they wish to destroy this country, but we're not going to let that happen. The days of people taking pot shots against Jews or discriminating against Jews or killing Jews are long gone. Now, there's never been any anti-Semitism in India, of which India should be extremely proud of, and that's that's one of the reasons why that India has a very firm place in the heart of all Israelis. There is a close relationship between our two countries, but of course, Iran is a terrorist state. We're going after them. We're not going to allow them to destroy us. They're a dictatorship. They're after us. We're on the front line of this tyranny, but we're only a stopgap to get to other democracies, to get to India, to get to Europe, and to get to the United States.
Okay. Sir, also want to talk to you regarding the invasion threat that has been issued by Turkey. Turkey has threatened Israel that Israel would be invaded if Israel will lodge a full-fledged war on Lebanon.
So I've seen those reports, and they are extremely unfortunate, very unwelcome, and extremely unwise as well. But I don't wish to add any more comment to those misguided comments from the Turkish president.
Okay. Thank you so much for speaking to CNN News 18. And I would really appreciate if the government of Israel can come up with a statement on this. Thank you.
You're welcome. Good to be with you.